Hello everyone, welcome back to ecigadvanced.com. My name is Cody and today I'm going to be talking about a new product from Vapor4life. Now, as many of you may or may not know, I did start out vaping with Vapor4life, so they kind of have a little special place in my heart. I was using Vapor4life batteries when they had like the Louis Vuitton battery looking stuff going on. And you know, it worked great for me at the time. That was pretty much the nicest thing at the time. It was stylized and all that good stuff. Since then, they really haven't came out with much. But up until recently, they've debuted a couple things. One of the things being a Dial-a-volt. They do have a new Titan coming out. So I may be getting a Titan in the future to review for you guys. But this one today is going to be on the automatic draw Dial-a-volt. So let's take a look at this bad boy. It looks, you know, at first glance, it's kind of large, but it's still really cool. It's the size of like maybe an Ego around in there. It has a really nice feel to it. This color is the blue color, and this is also the largest size battery that they do have. When you get the Dial-a-volt, you will get a little instruction booklet, which is pretty nice. It tells you how to adjust the voltage, all that kind of cool stuff. It also tells you the threading. So the threading on this guy is a KR808D threading, which fits all their cartomizers as well as some of their newer cartomizers, which I'll talk about in a second. To change your voltage, all you simply do is twist the bottom. So this is basically an automatic Ego twist style battery with a little bit, you know, stylization to it. It's pretty cool. It's branded with the Vapor4life logo here with Dial-a-volt underneath. At the bottom we also see Vapor4life, and then we see printed voltages on the bottom. Super cool. I've been using it and actually really enjoying it. I've been holding it more like a cigar though due to the size. So the sizes they do have, they have 650 milliamp hour batteries, 900 milliamp, 1100 milliamp, and 1300 milliamp hour batteries. So this one is the 1300 milliamp hour battery in blue. They do offer more colors. They have black, blue, green, and magenta. This is what they say about the Dial-a-volt. This sleek automatic variable voltage battery is the first of its kind, featuring the finest stainless steel connector. The automatic Vapor4life Dial-a-volt is encased in a velvet touch shell. To select your desired power, simply twist the silver dial at the bottom of the battery. This KR808D threaded variable voltage device gives between 3.2 and 4.8 volts and lasts up to 14 hours between charges. Attach a cartomizer or a tank filled with your favorite e-liquid and choose your preferred voltage and vape away. They also state a little bit more information here. The threading is KR808D. The voltage is 3.2 to 4.8. Puffing time is 8 to 14 hours. Charge time is 5 to 8 hours. But that is varied on depending on which size you get. Compatibility is their Cool Cart cartomizers, their Wow Vapor cartomizers, 808 style metal tanks, and slim wall charger. To activate the battery, simply attach a cartomizer or tank filled with e-liquid and inhale. From there you can twist the bottom and kind of dial it into really the perfect vape for you. Maintenance is basically cleaning the thread on your battery weekly using ethyl alcohol and a cotton swab. Allow the battery to dry before use. So yeah, that's the Dial-a-volt. That's a quick rundown. So they also sent along some stuff for me to put on top to try out, and they gave us a couple of these new cartomizers that they have. These are called Smileomizers. I remember back in the day, the guy that ran it was called Smiley, and that was his handle on the forums. And his biggest thing was he wanted to leave everybody smiling after they left. So everybody would comment on his thread or whatever and say, "I'm smiling." So it's cool that he's kind of continued that on, you know, in the future. So the Smileomizer, you can get them in black and cigar. We got some black ones here. The new Smileomizer holds 3.5 milliliters of e-liquid, can be refilled 12 plus times and will surely bring a smile to your face. There's the smile. The threading is KR808D. The coil is vertical. The resistance is 2.5 ohms. The size is 3.5 milliliters. The materials that they use are stainless steel and surgical grade silicone tip. Compatibility is all Vapor4life KR808D batteries, and I would say many other KR808D batteries. The two colors I talked about. So how do we fill this guy? What we need to do is unscrew this black tip here, and yes, it is threaded with an O-ring. You take this off, and you will see in here it is just like a regular cartomizer with the white tube down the middle. Basically take your e-liquid, drip it in here, let it soak in, drip some more, let it soak in. You know, do the typical cartomizer, not tradition, but the, you know what I'm trying to say. Just do your typical cartomizer filling process. I wouldn't try to fill these from the bottom like a lot of people do for tanks, but just do your typical dripping in there and you're going to be fine. After you're finished, screw your mouthpiece back on, pop it onto your Dial-a-volt or other KR808D, and just kind of set it to what you want. I'm going to be using this one. Let's try it out at 3.7 volts just to see what it's like. I do have some Vapor4life. I do have Vapor Craze Monkey Business in here, which is a delicious e-liquid. Let us see what it vapes like at 3.7 volts. It's not bad, a little wimpy. Let's bump this bad boy up. We're going to get it up to about 4.2 volts. Let's try it out. Vaping awesome. Now let's bump it up to the max, 4.8. Now it's really cracking in there. Flavor from these cartomizers, awesome. Vapor production, awesome. I really do like these cartomizers. I really like this setup. I got this at Vape Bash, and I vaped this on the way home. It was an awesome little setup. So let me talk about this silicone tip a little bit here. It's kind of squishy, and I'll show you why. You can bite down on it and kind of hold it in your mouth. It has a little metal piece underneath of it that isn't, it kind of has a little part here to allow you to bite down. So if that's your thing, you know, go for it. I will say that it is quite large in your mouth. It does feel like a cigar, which is why I hold it like this and kind of do some primer puffs. It makes me get more into the cigar feel. So let's talk about price with these things. Smileomizers, they're going to run you $9.95 for one. It's a little crazy, but if you think about it, if you can refill these things 12 plus times, and they work great, I've had no problems, and I've been using this since Vape Bash with the same e-liquid. I can't tell you how many times I've actually refilled it and all that good stuff, but I can tell you that I've used it quite a bit, and it works flawlessly. For a Dial-a-volt battery, it can run you anywhere from $44.95 to $49.95, and that's going to be varied upon which size you get. So if you want the big daddy size like I have right here, it's going to be $49.95. What do I think about it? Well, it's really cool to not have to press a button, and it's, you know, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen an automatic draw, variable voltage battery like this. To me, it's just really, really cool. I'm gonna take another toot off of it. It's great. Aha. So there's something I need to mention. There is a cutoff on this, and it is not the most lengthy cutoff I've ever used. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start puffing, and whenever it cuts off, I'm going to point like this. That means it's stopped. So here we go. I haven't really timed this yet. It's just something that I've noticed because I'm so used to doing long, drawn out lung inhales. So here we go. This is about 4.4, 4.5 volts. And again, like I said, I'm going to point. That's going to be the cut. So it seems to be about 5 or 6 seconds. I don't have a stopwatch in front of me to really clock that, but it looks like 5 or 6 seconds. Is that enough? It depends on how you vape. With a couple primer puffs and that kind of stuff to really get it cracking, and then you take your 5 or 6 second inhale, I'm getting pretty good. I'm getting great flavor. I'm getting pretty decent vapor, and yeah, it's the only thing is that I keep drawing a little bit more after the cutoff hits. I could probably use, it'd be nice to, well, I'd rather see a 10-second cutoff on this device. There is a little bitty hole right here, and a light does slightly come on and go off as it stops. I'll bring you in just to show you that, guys. So give me just a second to switch the camera. All right, guys, here we are up close. Here is the draw, and as you can see right there is the tiny, tiny little hole. So here we go with the draw. One more time. So it vapes pretty well. So I'm gonna back it up for you. Let's finish this guy out. All right, guys, so what do I think about it? I actually like it. I think it's a pretty sweet little device. Something that I failed to mention, I don't know if you have to purchase this or not, but it did come with my little kit. You do get a KR808D to 510 adapter. So if you do want to put a little tank on there, or something that actually does feed air from the bottom, you can't use Genesis, you can't use rebuildable drippers, that kind of stuff, but you can use atomizers, cartomizer tanks, that kind of stuff. You can use this. It does come with a little adapter. Something else I wanted to also show, I did find a KR808D cartomizer tank, and if I pop this guy on there, that's pretty sexy. I mean, this would easily last, a vapor all day. Just pop you a drip tip on there, fill it with juice, vape it, you're good to go. So if you're interested in something that is an automatic, you don't like to press buttons, you just want to inhale, you want that, that feeling of actually smoking just from the inhale and not pressing a button, this may be something worth it to you, since there's nothing out there on the market really that I can think of that's really like this. It's variable voltage, that's a plus. It's big battery life, that's a plus. The only downfalls I see are the KR808D connection. That kind of limits you a little bit, but you do have a connector to use a 510. The size is a little large, and the cutoff is a little short in my opinion. If you guys have any questions, if you do have any concerns, please post in the comments below. I do my best to try to answer every question you guys put in there. If you want to have a general discussion with it, come to our forums at www.ecigadvanced.com/forums. We have a great community and a lot of people who are really knowledgeable on a lot of subjects involving vaping. Anything else I can think of? Check out Vapor4life.com. They have some great products, a lot of really good cigarette lookalikes, if that's what you're going after. If you want something that looks like a cigar, try out the Dial-a-volt. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Keep on vaping, guys.